Obstacles and boundaries are all around us, guys, every single day. But it's often not the physical kinds that give us the most difficulty. Hey everybody, it's Ed the Trainer, and we'll talk about that next on this week's Tips on Tuesday. A few weekends ago, I was having a cup of coffee and I noticed that my dog's collar was sitting in its charging dock from the night before. Now, we've trained Abby to an invisible fence, and her collar, it has a sensor in it that beeps anytime she nears the boundaries of the yard. Now, please don't worry, the sound alerts her well before she would ever get a shock. Everybody that morning was up, and like most mornings, Abby likes to chase the birds around the yard, so I immediately began to look around the kitchen and the family room and ask the kids if they had seen her inside. They hadn't, and she wasn't. So everyone was concerned, but I said, look, she never even goes near enough to the edge of the yard to even trigger that sound, so it's unlikely that even without her collar on, that she'd leave the yard. So of course we walked through the house looking out the windows, and we saw through our office window that she was sitting in her favorite spot, just sitting and watching several birds just a few yards away from her. But from the age of 12 weeks, she'd been trained to the boundaries of that yard. And while those birds were easily within range for her, they may as well have been a full mile away. Many of us have similar boundaries that we perceive to be insurmountable every single day. Now, it's not that there are actual physical walls that prevent us from doing what we long to do, what we have a passion for, but we live with our own invisible fence. It's called fear. It may be the fear of the unknown, the fear of criticism, or the fear of failure. The point is, this fear has some of us trapped, locked into our own comfort zones. But it didn't always. Think about this. For those of you who can swim, remember, the deep end looked really, really frightening at one point in your life, didn't it? If you drive, remember how nerve-wracking it was the first time you had to merge onto a moving highway? Remember that? Today, you probably don't think much of it at all, do you? You see, for things that we really, really want, we're willing to be a little uncomfortable because we believe that that feeling will only be temporary. We have faith in the strength of our own growth. The secret to growth, after all, just means that you get really, really comfortable being uncomfortable. Thanks for spending a couple of minutes with me today, everybody. I really appreciate your time. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you soon.